To our graduate school dean, Dr. A.V. Joy B. Dayaganon, ma'am. Our thesis writing one instructor, Dr. Verjon H. Mamunong, sir. Our knowledgeable and determined panelists, co-presenters, ladies and gentlemen, praise be Jesus and Mary. I am here to present to you my proposed research concept paper entitled The Use of Online Learning and Modular Approach in Teaching Computer During the COVID-19 Pandemic. I am Emely Obnimaga, a former computer teacher at St. Mary's Academy of Dipolog for 5 years. Through the years, I experienced a series of learning modalities in delivering the lessons to the learners, from traditional face-to-face down to the new normal way of education as the pandemic hit the country. We had implemented online learning and modular approach in teaching computer subject. The combination of the two is commonly known as blended learning. Now, what is blended learning? Blended learning is widely regarded as an approach that combines the benefits afforded by face-to-face and online learning components. That's according to Abdullah et al. On 2020. Despite the closure order, classes are held. But since face-to-face lessons are most likely to spread the virus, the most effective option is to teach and learn online and modular medium of instruction. However, according to Magsambol on 2020, there is a strong divide between those who can and cannot afford the money required to access the modern education platform. With the DepEd's mantra, which is no child left behind, the general state of children in the private school system sends a message of injustice. Students, particularly those who have less access to technology, are finding it difficult to cope with this pandemic. The world stopped and the economy collapsed as all businesses shut down operations. Computer learning like this certainly did not give students enthusiasm for learning. Moreover, students are not used to accomplish tasks alone. Students had difficulty working on hands-on activities. This could be because conventional learning did not hone the ability to think reflectively. For that reason, this research aims at testing the computer-based real learning and the conventional learning model and its impact during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are related studies on online learning. According to the study of Adidoyen and Soikan in 2020 entitled COVID-19 Pandemic and Online Learning, the Challenges and Opportunities, Interactive Learning Environments in pages 1 to 13. According to them, online learning is not a novel discovery. Hence, on online university degrees surfaced as far as back 1980s, coupled with 1990s and 2000s as optimal maturation time for online education. And another undeniable fact is that online education has regularly been viewed from the perspective of good to have alternative, but not a serious mission model to guarantee steadiness of instructional activities, according to Ribero in 2020. The transformation process was smooth for some institutions, while some responded with a crisis response migration process due to the pandemic, as cited by Hodges et al. In 2020 and Manfuso in 2020. Owing to the limited resources of educational institutions, only several institutions were able to introduce effective online classes during the initial months of COVID-19. According to Adnan, and Anwar in 2020. Online learning has a lot of challenges. This includes technology, socioeconomic factors, human and pets intrusions, digital competence, assessment and supervision, heavy workload, and compatibility. However, it offers a lot of opportunities, which includes research innovations, technological innovations, and socioeconomic interventions. On the other hand, there are also related studies regarding modular approach. The mode of remote teaching during the pandemic is modular. That is very true to all, especially those who cannot afford online learning. Though Tukero in 2020 mentioned that the highlights of distance learning in delivering education during the pandemic is the integration of technology. This is not yet possible in the area due to the poor internet connectivity, and that economic status of families implies impractical affordance of gadgets. For this reason, the Department of Education enforced modular teaching as one of the alternative modes in delivering lessons. However, there are some considerations for the multi-grade teachers in catering modular teaching during the pandemic. According to Chan, Marasigan, and Santander in 2021. This includes scheduled distribution and retrieval of modules in school or drop points area, video lessons, textbooks, and supplementary reading materials were made to combat the insufficient supply of learning materials and problematic internet access. There was an adversity in the module distribution, erroneous modules, loss of interest among students, and resistant parents in fulfilling roles as support to their child's education. The support of local government units is significant but limited in the distribution of modules. Quality assured modules, more financial support to modular remote teaching, teacher in charge as the school head, and multi-grade teachers' conduct of learning assessment is an intricate response to the encountered community situation to adhere with what the Department of Education requires. This is anchored to the study of Chan, Marasigan, Santander in 2021 entitled Multi-Grade Teachers' Experiences and Learning Assessments on Modular Remote Teaching during the COVID-19 Pandemic. This study aims to determine the effectiveness of computer-based drill learning and the conventional learning model in teaching computer during the COVID-19 pandemic among the grade 7 private school students in the Polag City Division. Specifically, the researcher will investigate to answer the following questions. Number 1, what is the baseline level or the pretest result of using Microsoft Excel of grade 7 students between the control and the experimental group before the teaching intervention in terms of working with a worksheet, mathematical computations using Microsoft Excel, and charts in Microsoft Excel? Number 2, what is the post-test result of using Microsoft Excel of grade 7 students between the control and the experimental group after the teaching intervention in terms of working with a worksheet, mathematical computation using Microsoft Excel, charts in Microsoft Excel? Number 3, is there a significant difference in the mean score of the baseline level and post-test in terms of working with a worksheet, mathematical computations using Microsoft Excel, charts in Microsoft Excel? Number 4, what is the result between pre-test and post-test score of the experimental group in terms of working with a worksheet, mathematical computations using Microsoft Excel, charts in Microsoft Excel. And number five, is there a significant difference between the gain score of the control and the experimental group? This study is anchored with the different theories regarding the variables. Number one, we have blended learning. It is a part of the ongoing convergence of two archetypal learning environments, according to Bonk and Graham in 2006. However, the influences of the two types of delivery are not equal, and how to blend looks different if you are starting from an in person school to how it looks if you are coming from a distance education background. Wang, Han, and Yang in 2015 provide an important overview of all major blended learning theoretical frameworks available. Two of them are the complex adaptive blended learning system and the community of inquiry. Another one, we have seven blended learning structures in education. And the last one, we have blended learning as technology enabled learning in the classroom. We're so familiar with SAMR model, which includes substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. This is the conceptual framework of this study. It includes independent variable, which is the learning modalities that includes online learning and modular approach. The dependent variable, the effectiveness in teaching computer during the COVID-19 pandemic using the learning modalities. And there is a moderating variable, which is the demographic profile of the students. It includes gender, socioeconomic status of the family, and their learning styles. The study will utilize the quantitative research method, specifically the quasi-experimental research design, to examine the effectiveness of the use of online learning and modular approach in teaching computer during the COVID-19 pandemic. Quasi-experimental design is a design in which either there is no control group or the subjects are not randomly assigned to groups. There are two types of quasi-experimental design, namely non-equivalent control group design and time series design. This study will specifically focus on non-equivalent controlled group design, which is similar to the pre-test post-test control group, except that there is no random assignment of subjects to the experimental and control groups, according to Amadeo Panganiban Cristobal in 2017. The respondents of this research were the grade 7 students in private junior high school of Dipolog City Division. Many computer teachers from Dipolog confirmed that a lot of grade 7 students with no prior knowledge on computer literacy have difficulty in the usage of computer, especially in integrating technology in other subjects. At the same time, during the COVID-19 pandemic, not all students opted online learning due to the financial crisis. This is the reason why the researcher will conduct this study in order to determine whether online learning or modular approach is effective in teaching computer among the grade 7 students enrolled during the school year 2022-2023 in selected private junior high schools in Dipolog City, Zamboanga del Norte. Here are my references, and this is my title. Thank you so much.